Real, yeah, and true. From me to you, straight. And when I say I love you, just believe I do. Yeah. Spragga Benz, Tanika Grab. Yeah, standing strap. Give me a little loving in the morning. I need you by the evening. You give me something to believe in. You give me something to believe in. Get so sick of love, yeah, it's true. From the wallet now when it comes to you, you give me something to believe in. You give me something to believe in. It's a deeper love than you need than what you have now, baby girl. Got it on for you. Waiting patiently for you to come and take charge of the keys that pull the door to my heart and walk through. Come take it for yourself, cause woman you deserve to have tables reserved in most exotic spots. More than deserve a man where always have to have your back, your front, your side, your nose, your eyes and help your rise above the top 365. I will provide you all of that. In the morning, I only need you for the evening. You give me something to believe in. You give me something to believe in. I get so sick of love, yeah, it's true. I'm a wallet when it comes to you. You give me something to believe in. You give me something to believe in. It's a blessing when the sun rise, I'm a done rise, so keep on satisfied. I like them wrapped around me like a ribbon that is tied. Plus she lock me in that little spot where keeps so hot inside. Girl, if they could have seen my heart, I love you and that is private. I picture right beside my bed as I open my eyes. Me see her, then me look beside me and she dead in life. So inviting, me late but me have a side between our ties. We have to do it one time, twice, share my price. Give me a little love in the morning. I need you by the evening. You give me something to believe in. You give me something to believe in. So sick of love, yeah, it's true. I'm a one when it comes to you. You give me something to believe in. You give me something to believe in. It's not the perfect adjective, you don't need no.
I'm here.
Hi,
How are ya?
I am good. How are you?
I'm great.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So here on Get with the Fix for the first time, we have Miss Charmaine. I know you guys saw me posting and talking to everybody on Unbelievable. This amazing. I can't keep saying amazing. I think I need to find a new word. What's another word you think we should use for this movie?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
What's another word for unbelievable?
Oh, I gotta look it up. But you guys, this movie, like I said, this movie is definitely one of those amazing, unbelievable movies that you get everything encompassed into one. And this beautiful lady right here on the live is the star, the main character on this movie, Charmaine Fenton, and she is live. You're in Florida, right? You're in Florida right now.
Yes, I'm in Florida presently. Yes,
She's in Florida right now. We're doing this on Instagram and on the radio as well. So, how are ya? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed and highly favored. Thank you for asking. How about yourself?
I'm great. I'm great now that I'm talking to you again. Now that I'm seeing you again.
Yes, yes. Now we've connected, so we good now. We no longer
Yes.
strangers.
No
We were
strangers.
rocking out for a whole weekend together.
Yeah. What an amazing time, right? What an amazing
Yes,
time.
yes.
Yeah, definitely. So, how are you feeling now that the movie is, well, not over, but it's most people have seen it. About 800 or so people have seen it on screen.
Right.
Like, how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
I mean, it was my first time watching it.
I can't hear you. I can't. I think somebody called you. Uh-oh. You know, people always call you when you're doing things of importance. Like, people will always call you, but Charmaine is gonna. Here she go. There you go. Are you there? Oh, we can't. I can't hear you. We can't. Hello, hello, hello. Ah, there you are.
Well,
There you. You know, people are always calling at the wrong times, right?
I know. I just had to put my phone on do not disturb. So now we're good. I
It's
apologize.
okay. It's all right.
How do I feel?
Yeah.
I I feel good. I feel normal. People, a lot of people have been asking me this. Down from the high. I was never on the high. I
Okay.
haven't gotten that high feeling. I'm very humble, because this is a message. It's a powerful message
Yeah.
that I shared with such humility, and to be able to play those different
Mm.
roles in the movie was a defining moment for me myself. So very humbled. I am excited. It was my first time seeing the film with you and the 800 people that was there. So I too was crying. I too had my moments, happiness, sadness, laughter. I was on a whirlwind too because
Yeah.
I've never seen it before. So seeing how it all came together
Mm.
was such a beautiful experience, and I got teared up even
Yeah.
with my scenes. I'm like, wow, that was
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Now you
Yeah,
said this
yeah,
was your first role, right? This was your.
yes.
I nobody could tell that this was the first movie that you've ever been in. How did you prepare for this? How did you prepare for it?
To be honest with you, I think I was already prepared. I think life experiences
Yeah.
um, had already created that roadmap for me. Like there was not much I needed to do.
Mm.
I never casted for the role, as Leon
Yeah.
stated, and I was nervous because I'd never acted before.
Mm.
But when I read, and I didn't go through all the scripts, I didn't read people's lines or
Okay.
anything
Okay.
like that. I never even really studied,
Okay.
to be honest with you. We could tell you. I read most of it, and while reading it, I was like, oh my God, I've experienced this and I've experienced that. So it was a role play for me, a painful one, but yet it was an impactful one to the world at large and people who struggle with those issues. You know what I mean? And I think God prepared me for it. And like I said, life experiences, and Cleon is a great director as well. He gave me a lot of meaningful insight. So did Mr. Peters, Robert Peters, uh, and Tomorrow. I mean, it was a great team. It was a great team, and it wasn't hard. It can't be hard reliving things that you've been through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was not very hard to do that. It was just going down that road
Well,
that
again.
you
Yeah.
kind of shut and put away, that I'm not really going to deal with it anymore. And it's like opening up that Pandora box,
Yeah.
and going back through those emotions. That was the challenging part. And it was very exhausting, to be honest with you. After each scene, I was really tired.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask
Yeah.
you because you've experienced your own trauma and all of those things already, and having to do these scenes. And looking at you on screen, you could tell that at some point you were actually going through the things that you've been through personally in life.
Yeah.
So
And I cried on set. There was
yeah,
no artificial tears or fake
yeah,
tears or anything. They could
yeah.
tell you that, like, in those scenes that and the delivery. I mean, that means a lot from an
Yeah.
artistic standpoint that I can make somebody cry or I can make somebody emotional. It's easy to make people happy and smile and laughter. That's
Yeah.
easy to
Yeah.
do. I
Yeah.
believe that's an easy role to play.
Mhm.
But when you have to do drama and pain and anger and it really takes a lot for you to depict that so
Yeah.
it can transcend to all audience. So I'm happy. I've seen some of the reviews and
Mm.
a lady said, "Oh, I was diagnosed with breast cancer," so that
Wow.
was really meaningful
Mm.
for her that
Mhm.
we were educating people on it. I think there was a film director there that spoke about it too, that his wife
Yes.
had passed away from breast cancer.
Wow.
So, and I think that's the beauty about this project,
Mhm.
Unbelievable. It really resonate with a lot of real life issues that
Yeah.
people can identify with and talk about. You know, it's no, it should no longer be a taboo.
Yes.
Miscarriages should no longer be a taboo. Infertility should no longer be a taboo. Adoption shouldn't be no longer a sign of shame or failure, but it should be strength and
Yeah.
hope that you can still take care of a child
Mhm.
and call him your own. You
Yeah.
know, we're changing that
Yeah.
narrative.
Definitely. And speaking of a child of calling your own, your son was in this movie. He's the cutest little
Yeah.
button, okay?
I couldn't watch the movie because every time he was like, "Oh, there's Jacob. There's Jacob. I want TV. Oh wow, mommy, why are you crying? It's okay, mommy. I love you." That was my whole time at the movie. Those were the moments with him. I'm like, I told Cleon and Tabar, I gotta watch the movie. Yeah, I really didn't get to see much of it. Yeah.
That was the most amazing thing to watch. How did you prepare him for his role? How did you prepare him for his role?
Oh man, I don't know. I think I can't. There's some things that you can't explain because
Mm.
Asher is so new to this. He's
Yeah.
new to camera. He's only experienced prior to that when he shot for George, it's a UK brand in
Okay.
Mexico, and that was his
Okay.
first time in front of hundreds of people and so much moving parts.
Mm.
And he did well. So I triggered his memory and said, "Hey, remember when you went to Mexico to shoot? Well, you're going to be doing this, and your name is Jacob." And Asher's always been a child from he was an infant. If you talk him through what he's going to be doing,
Mm.
he has no problem. It's like
Wow.
he's a little big man. You tell him,
Wow.
like when I take him to the doctor at 1 year,
Mm.
18 months,
Mm.
9 months, I can't put him down to get his shot. He has to sit. And I said, Asher, the doctor's going to give you a shot and then it's going to be over. You can't move. And he does it. And the doctor's like, oh, wow. He requires, talk me through it and hold my hands and I got you.
Nice.
And that was pretty much it. He was very good, very cooperative. He bonded a lot with Spraga. Spraga and
Yes.
him had a lot in common. I
Yeah,
don't know,
let's
but
talk about that, right? Because once the movie was over and you guys were on the stage, the first person when he saw him, that was the first person he ran to and would not
yeah.
let him go.
No, he fell asleep on him. Um, and I just feel like that's just good
Yeah.
energy. And kids thrive on energy, and they know
Yeah.
where the love is.
Yeah.
And Spraga has been great with Asher, through the whole. Asher's pretty much through the whole movie, so
Yeah.
he got very comfortable. Spraga got in his element
Mm.
because he loves planes, so that's how their relationship got built on airplanes and talking about it. And he plays with him a lot, and
Nice.
he just vibes with him. So it was natural for Asher to just take on to him like that. Yeah.
Nice.
And when he sees me, he says, "That's
That's
daddy."
how did it make
He
you
said,
feel though? How did it make you feel seeing their relationship growing and building while on set? Like what did that provide a lot of safety for you as a mom?
Oh, absolutely. It was really good. It was really good to see that. I felt it was very comfortable
Yeah.
leaving Asher on set with them or doing anything because I know he was in great hands. So
Nice.
that was comforting because, as parents, you get worried and you want to make sure that your kids are always around the right people and
Yeah.
in good hands. He most definitely was in good hands with Spraga and Melissa, Tamara, and Cleon. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody was great.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Definitely. I actually saw a sense of family throughout this
Right.
whole movie with you guys.
Yes.
And
Unity.
yeah, the unity that was so Caribbean driven was
Right.
insane to watch, right? Because a lot of times there are those scenes where we don't love on each other enough. The brotherly
Right.
love that was in between Spraga and Twitch, that was in this
Amazing.
movie,
Yeah.
like you don't get to see that often, because again, that's one of those stigmas or taboos that we don't talk about, the brotherly
Right.
hugging and saying, yo, I got your
Right.
back, and those things
Right.
as men. How important was it for you guys to make sure that that's depicted on screen?
It was very important because we're in a different time and era, and everybody wants to have a safe space. So we
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that people understand that it's okay if you have a safe space with that gender or this person, and that's okay. And Spraga and Twitch are friends in real life.
Yeah.
So that was also him role playing
Yeah.
his actual day-to-day interaction with Spraga.
Mhm.
So I think it also came very natural for him as well. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, it definitely educated people on having those conversations and having a confidant that can help, guide you on your path. And I think that was also very, very important that we were able to portray to the audience.
Yeah, definitely. Now, in the scene, because this scene, I want to talk about this scene because it was already put out in the trailer.
Yes.
In the
Yes.
scene where you found a condom
Yes.
in Chris's pocket, right?
Yes.
Naturally, as a woman, it's time to go off, right?
Right.
How are you so calm? Because I'm like, even in playing the role, I'd have been like going off. Like, how did you channel being so calm at that moment?
I wasn't calm. I said, I found this in your wallet. Explain it to me.
We wanted to hear some bad word, I mean, the movie doesn't have any.
No, it's a faith-based film, so I'm gonna go on too bad, and but highlighted the fact that I found it or
Yeah,
cheated on
yeah.
me, explain it.
Yeah.
And I think we needed to change that too, because most of the time we go off on our partners with finding it, not finding the backstory, and
Mhm.
whether it makes sense or not, but giving them an opportunity to talk about it, we just jump to conclusion. So that was a good spin on things, to have a different perspective. And
Yeah.
men don't talk, so when they want to talk, we should give them the opportunity to speak. Whether they're telling foolishness or not, we have to facilitate those conversations.
Yeah.
And what I was dealing with was way bigger than the condom at the end of the day. So that wasn't a big focal point for me, because I had something, a greater burden that I needed to share. And if you notice, he didn't get much. So I kind of would have pushed him, because prior to that, you saw that I chased him out the room after anniversary dinner. He left.
Mhm.
So I felt guilty on that. When he came back, I brought him in the room. But, so during that whole scene, sometimes us women, we don't want to be intimate with our partners.
Yeah.
And we don't feel like we're ready for that space. So it has to have a good balance, and a good balance is communicating your feelings within that moment. How are you feeling? So you're not pushing them in the arms of another person. So that's also the message from there too. Like, how I navigate that wasn't the best way to do it. So I had to, reel it back in and deal with the real issues.
Yeah, I love that you said that, right? Because that was one of the things that I wanted to ask you, and for you to tell women, even in this role, where you just mentioned the fact that the way that you couldn't do certain things, you didn't feel like it or whatever, because you blamed him for, whatever happened.
Right. Right.
And then you said to yourself, like, I'm literally just pushing this man into the arms of somebody else.
Right.
Because I'm not dealing with what I'm dealing with. I'm blaming him. I'm not talking to him about it. And every time he tries to talk to me, I'm like, get away from me. Right.
Right.
And I'm glad that you brought that up. So can we talk a little bit more about the dynamics of those kind of relationships and the importance of just talking instead of just pushing your partner away and then they go and find somebody else to take care of your needs?
Yeah, I think that's very important, because that's the root of infidelity.
Yeah.
I don't think the man necessarily wants to step out on his partner, his wife, or his girlfriend. I feel like their need or their desire, is not being granted. And trying to navigate that and talking to you through that, we are not seeing their perspective on that, which is vital and it's important. You know, like I said, if we just take the time to just put things aside and work on your relationship in spite of what you're going through, because it's not just you, it's both of you that had a miscarriage. It's both of you dealing with a breast cancer issue. It's both of you that's dealing with infertility. You know, it's a team effort. So it needs communication. People talk about communication. It's really the key in almost every relationship. Communication opens the door for so much. And I think that as women, we need to sometimes put our pride aside and have those hard conversations and set those expectations. And I think sometimes the men also need reassurance that we're going to be okay too, you know, like just give me some time.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, definitely. What do you think you've learned about yourself before finishing this movie and after you finish it? What are the things that you learned about yourself?
Oh man, I learned a lot. I learned that I can be many different characters.
That you can.
Nothing is impossible once you channel your mind to it and you focus on what you're doing, then you can ascertain it. And it's a lot of hard work. It was long nights. It took a lot, and it just brought out some things in me that I didn't know. I didn't know I could act. I didn't know this could be a future career for me, because I wasn't given an opportunity before, and I never sought an opportunity either in that realm. So that was a beautiful discovery. As a matter of fact, I just did a casting.
Nice.
Today's been a busy day and I got a call back. So there you go. So you see, God is working things out, and I'm just trusting the process.
Yeah.
And wherever he leads me, I will follow and seize in the moment and just, do it like that.
I'm not surprised you got a call back for whatever role you're going to be in next. Because like I said, you were a natural on that screen. You're definitely a natural. And I know, and I said this from the beginning, before this movie even came out to theaters, I told everybody, like, listen, this movie is going to take everyone in it to places that they would not even imagine themselves.
Right.
And
You
it's
did say
already
that.
happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah. Yes. Most definitely. I think this is definitely going to open the door for a lot of people. Not only myself, for Twitch, Ricardo, Spraga, Janelle, Gia, Maya. At this point, we just have to tap into the resources. Put yourself out there, do your own homework.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not Halle Berry, Denzel, where they're going to come knocking on our door or go to our casting managers and this. You have to put in some legwork and do your own research and, just put in submissions and see what happens, because you never know.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you're also a business owner. You have your own skincare line. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, yes. Fenton Skin. Oh, my God. That is my baby. I've neglected it for a little bit because I'm out of stock on some raw materials. So Fenton Skincare is a plant-based skincare line. We launched, 2020. It took about 2 to 3 years prior to that. I was working on it since 2017. And with a background of skincare and retail, I've been in retail for 20 years.
Wow.
From management to customer service to business manager. I've worked with multi-retailers before. You're talking about Chanel and Lancome and Saks. So that kind of gave me the blueprint on what is it that I wanted to do. And I'm a licensed skincare therapist, so it was natural for me to create a brand that was gender neutral, that was effective, and that was for people of color. Because through my years, I've noticed that we never had anything for us that worked with our skin tone and our pigmentation. So I vested a lot of time and money and resources in finding the perfect partnership or lab to create what I was looking for with raw ingredients. Like one of my top sellers, which I'm sold out now for about almost a year, the glycolic cleanser, it's natural. And the glycolic acid in that is actually derived from sugarcane. And we have seaweed in it, almonds. So everything is plant-based, and we believe, it's superfood for the skin. So we believe in what you eat, you should put back into the dermis.
Yeah.
That's a quick synopsis on Fenton skin. Yes.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Now, also in this movie, we got to watch you just not stay quiet, but you wanted to fulfill a dream for your husband, right? So that
Right.
when when you're not around, that he has this one dream that both of you wanted to create so badly. And a lot of women go through miscarriages on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
And oftentimes they don't talk about it because it's something that people shun against. Or you can't have kids and all of these types of things. After this movie, how many women came up to you and thanked you for showing all of that on screen and showing how to process through it?
Oh, a lot. Speaking about it now is giving me goosebumps. It was a defining moment for a lot of people because it seems to be, a taboo. It's not talked about. And adoption is hope. It's another realm.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to conceive and deliver a child to be a mother.
Yeah.
Some people just carry a baby and that's it. Parenthood, motherhood, and fatherhood is deep beyond the DNA. It's the values and the principles that you're able to teach your children that's going to make them who they are. That's the more impactful part of it.
Yeah.
And
yeah. When the movie was over, and people had an opportunity, or even before going into the theater, and people came up to you, like, what are some of the things that they were saying to you?
They were just like, oh my God. I especially with the speech, they're like, I'm sorry, I never know you went through a miscarriage and you actually went through labor and delivery and delivered a baby, like at 5 months. Like, wow, a lot of people talked about that and thanking me also for the breast cancer awareness part of it.
Yeah.
That was moving. Like I told your lady, said that she's a survivor and she went through it, and how I navigate that, and showing the support of your spouse was so important, and them holding your hands and saying we're going to get through this together.
Right.
I think it to be depicted a lot too, so people can understand that it's not just the woman alone that suffers in silence. The other partner also hurts too, So
yeah. How hard was it for you to leave the scene? Like, how hard was it for you to, because there's another side of the story that starts. How hard was it for you to say, you know what, it's my turn to go now, it's somebody else to take over because this is my husband? Like,
that was hard because, like I said, nobody wants to die in a movie. Nobody wants to. Oh my God! I think for me, that I don't fear death. I think I've said before. I used to fear death. But from losing the love of my life, that has just really. I think I can go at any time, and I hope, hopefully, to God, I'm prepared and ready for that moment. But it was okay. I made peace with it. I didn't have no problems with that. I loved where it was going. I didn't know fully where it was going to go because I didn't read the full script. I just focused on my part and Asher's part. But I knew it would have been a great story. And I'm happy that I was able to start that narrative and set the tone for the rest of the movie. So that was important. How you start is how you're going to finish.
Yeah, I was vexed. I wanted you to stay. I was like, where's she going? Like,
you're not the only one. Papa Keith said to me, that was it? It's done? I wanted more.
What happened with that is that I think what Cleon and Spraga did there for us was leave us wanting more, right?
Right.
Like if they decide to do a part 2 to this, you know what I mean? Then you still have a story that can be told.
Yes, because who knows if I really died for real? I'm just joking. Spraga was like, people come back all the time. They figure out how to make them come back. I'm like, yeah, that's true. But you never know. Yeah, but it was that good. People wanted more for sure.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we
glad
have,
I came. I'm actually glad I
yeah,
came. I'm glad I took the trip. I'm glad I met you. Because
likewise.
I've watched you on social media, and loved everything about you. And you're such a nice person. Like, you give
Then
the
the boss
best
man.
hugs. You give the best hugs. You're genuine. And
Thank you.
those things just exude through your face when people see you. Not at one point that entire weekend did you have a frowning face. You treated people just how you wanted to be treated. And some people, when they do movies like this, they become another person, but you remained who you were the entire time.
Right, right. And that's important for me to stay grounded. I live a life full of gratitude. I don't feel like I'm superior than anybody. I think we all bleed the same blood. We do the same thing. And I I will continue to be myself. A lot of people have misconception of me, like, oh, she's bougie and she's this, that. I'm very cool, very down to earth. If you
Yeah.
know me, I'm very assertive too. So maybe my assertiveness can be very strong for some people, but it's needed sometimes. You have to break down those walls to get to me. And outside of that, I'm easygoing. I feel very normal. I love hugs. Hugs has been a part of my healing journey, and I think hugs are important.
Yeah.
You transmit good endorphins, happy moments, caring moments, and you transfer that through energy. So yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't stop talking about this movie. From the time you know what, I took it upon myself to do the promotion over here myself for this movie.
We
Uh
appreciate that.
I took it upon myself because I'm like, I love to see us on screen
Yeah,
doing the things that we do, right? And seeing
absolutely.
all of Cleon's work and Spraga's work and that type of stuff, I'm like, we just have to do something with this movie. We have to help push it and those types of things.
Absolutely. Yes, yes.
And in looking at the clip, just the trailer alone, and I told Lexi, was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. None of us knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we were all in suspense.
Everybody was in suspense, so everybody was in there watching, and there were so many scenes in there where I was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
And laughing, and you start the movie
yes,
starts out with us laughing, right?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then it got into all of the deep stuff, and then you laugh, and then you got back in, and you came out. It's like so much
yeah.
happening at
We
this.
were on a roller coaster of
Yeah,
emotions that happens in real life.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. That
yeah.
Lexi's like, I cried. I was crying. I was crying. I was
I
literally.
was crying. I was like crying, watching myself, but I'm crying. I was like, wow, I could feel. I still today when
Yeah,
I watch even the trailer, I can still feel the emotions, and I'm
yeah.
like, you know what, Charmaine, good
Good
job.
job. Good job. Good job. How do you now put that aside and now move on to something, another role? Because for now, while we wait for the big screen premiere of wherever big
Right.
screen this movie is gonna be on, there are other opportunities that are coming your way. So how do you put faith aside and move on to something else?
It's pretty easy. I
Okay.
just put her over there in that corner and get
Hi,
ready for
Cleon.
the different roles.
Mhm.
I don't find it very difficult. I'm a quick learner. I adapt well. Like, look, I am in an office attire because my casting that I did today, I played an attorney,
Oh,
and
nice.
well, a junior attorney,
Nice.
almost a lawyer. And I had to wear that. I for me, and this was a part of Cleon's advice too, I gotta look the part, because if you look the part, you feel the part, and then you're ready to go. And that's what I did. And they had me sit, and I said, I'd like to stand, and I'll end up sitting at the end of the scene. That worked better for me. And thanks to Cleon for that advice. I think that was very impactful.
Yeah.
And I needed to stand because it was very assertive, and so I had to do that. And I was excited. I mean, as soon as I finished the casting, I had my phone on do not disturb. I saw a voicemail come through, and then I saw them calling back. I was like, oh wow.
Wow.
So that worked.
Wow.
Yeah, so I feel pretty good. I don't feel like Faith character is boxing me into just drama and pain and suspense and all that. I think it can put me as a businesswoman. It can put me as a lover. It can put me as a nanny. It can put me as a mother, a grandmother, a student, a friend.
Yeah.
I am not going to limit myself on the things that I do, because I feel the more experience you have, the better you can develop your craft. Yeah. And I want experience as a teacher. So yeah.
Definitely. Now that Cleon is on the live, what do you want to say to him? What is something that you want to say to him?
Oh, big up Cleon. Cleon is a man of God, and he tells me that all his scripts, he's inspired by God. Like he directs them, he gives them the right words and stuff. And I also think he directs the people he chooses for that role, because let I tell you, I have no acting experience. I don't know why I'm thinking would I be a good actor, but I guess the Lord imparted on him what I didn't even see in myself.
Yeah.
And it's like now when I look back at my life and where I'm coming from, I can see how some of it has fashioned me for what I was able to do and what I will continue to do. So I'm very, very grateful and happy for the opportunity to be a part of the Top Notch Vision family. So I've been a part of the Top Notch Vision for about 2 years. I used to be their red carpet host and their PR and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Cleon and Tamar is like family, and I am just happy to see them win.
Yeah.
I love to see us win. I'm always a big cheerleader. I'm always going to help in whatever way I can, and I just want to see us win, however it looks like. And that's just the core of who I am, is seeing us as Caribbean people, minority people, get a chance at this business and life, because we are talented. We just are limited with resources, but we make it work, and we use our connection and our network. People have networks that don't work. I make sure that my network is effective, so that way we can have things very elevated and it look like $1 million. Because look at the movie.
Yeah.
Listen, that can compete with anything out there, right?
Very much so. Very much so. That's why I keep saying, and I'm like, I'm just ready to see it on these screens. I'm just ready for everybody to have the opportunity. The 800 or so people that were there saw everything.
Our phones are blowing up.
Like, I can't imagine.
DMs, everybody, when is it coming out? They had to create a link where people put their phone number in so that they can be notified. Wow. Because I don't know which direction it's going to take. It could be coming to a city near you, or it will be on a streaming platform simultaneously or after, who knows, but it's going to be coming out very, 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 very soon. And I can't wait for the world to see it, because this is going to be global. It's an international story that needs to be told to everybody all around the world, because I think it can help save marriages, help people dealing with their traumas. Look at the part with Twitch, without talking too much, that role with Janelle.
Yes.
That's a big defining moment.
Gosh.
That's a wake up. That's a come to Jesus moment. Like, wow, I can't continually be a gallus or a womanizer. You got to find that balance and know life could be life and you could be next. So that was very powerful. Seen as well. I absolutely love and respect that. And I just love the whole story, the trajectory of where Cleon A. James is going. And I definitely want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I'm a number one fan, and I'm super excited for the opportunities that I believe will be endless.
Yeah, definitely. And even in speaking in the part that Lexi played, Janelle played, I was in there like,
I didn't know that was her part either. I'm like, what? Oh my God. Very impactful. I mean, the whole thing, even with Maya in the office, and what's her name in the bed say, I didn't know you have a wife.
Yes.
With Crystal. I mean, it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
It's very impactful, very.
I'm glad that he did it the way he did it. I'm glad that you guys didn't know what was coming next.
Right.
Because then, and kudos to you guys too, because Lexi did not tell me what role she was playing. She didn't tell me what
That's
nothing.
good.
Nobody said anything to anybody. Everybody just left it for we're all gonna watch it together as a family. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened, which made it even
Yes.
more impactful to the audience because nobody knew, even the cast didn't know what was happening.
No, we didn't. Because there was different scenes and location shooting and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, I'm in Miramar. There was scene in West Farm, I think, at the funeral place. I'm not gonna drive up there
Right, right.
because it wasn't really my scene. So there's a couple of scenes that other people weren't a part of. Like with my scene, it was just me and Spraga and the team, the production team. The other people weren't there just hanging out. Everybody was focused on their script and getting ready to do their part. So
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about something that I saw. I saw a comment where they were talking about colorism in movies, in Caribbean movies, in Caribbean stages and all of those things. Where they're saying that somebody said that it's always the lighter skinned women who get the main roles in these kinds of movies. What do you want to say to those people?
I don't believe that because Melissa and I are two different skin tone, and we both had two lead roles, so that debunks that. I don't feel colorism. That's it's a sensitive issue, and not because I'm a lighter brown person. I think I'm Black. I believe I'm Black. Whether it's one shade lighter and my melon is this, I don't view it like that. And I'm not saying that because I was one of the lead role. I wasn't the only lead role. The other person had a darker melon. She was a lead role.
Right,
So
right.
I don't believe with Cleon A. James production it has anything to do with colorism. I can't speak of other film companies and directors and their thought process on that. But for Top Notch and Red Square, I don't think they see color. I think they see talent and the objective. That's it. It's not. But the film was also very diverse. There were different shades of men. We even had Aleka King, which is Caucasian.
Yeah.
We had Latino, and we had Caribbean people. So that's very diverse to me. And I think that really depicts who we are as a country. I mean, Jamaica, where I'm from, is a melting pot out of many one people.
Yeah.
You have white in me, Black, Asian. I mean, we mix.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
we don't get to choose the color of our skin. That goes back to our parents and grandparents. And I think it's time that we move away from that and stop riding on this colorism thing because, oh, you're brown, you're going to get preferential treatment. No, I've earned it. I showed up. I worked my ass off for it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Who else is going to compete?
Yeah.
Come, be prepared, be a part of it. Go to the lineup. I'm sure I wasn't the only one that casted for this role, or the other people that casted. I probably didn't cast for it, but maybe they saw something else. But even in the casting that I just did, there was probably about 100 people in that room because we were on Zoom and we had to do breakaways. And I wasn't the only, there was so much of us in there, you know? I just feel like stop riding on colorism. Show up, own your part, be the best you can be, look it, work it. And once you put in the work, it's going to pay off. I really do believe that. It's going to pay off. I don't see colorism.
I love it. I love that because I saw that comment weeks ago and I was like, what are we talking about here?
I didn't see it. I'm glad I didn't see it.
I'm like,
you've seen the film. I've earned it.
You did.
I worked my ass off.
You earned.
And so did Melissa. She's a lead cast. She ended the movie.
Everybody in this movie earned every part that they had in it.
And they nailed it.
Nailed it. Completely nailed it. Definitely nailed it. So you have another movie that you're working on, and are we gonna work? I'm sure because Cleon showed us about 5 other new scripts that he has, and I'm sure you're gonna probably be in one of those again. So tell me about the excitement of now you're an actor, you're an actress, like you've added something else to your belt, you've added this to your belt. Like, tell me something about that excitement and the future roles that you're going to be playing.
Oh, I'm super excited. And I'm as much as I'm new to this, I'm willing to learn. I am looking into all different avenues because I want to own my craft. I want to be the best there can be. I want to be Charmaine Fenton that represents the Caribbean, like Rihanna represents the Caribbean.
Girl run it,
for that in her element. You know what I mean? Respects to Sherilyn Ralph, but we don't have a young and upcoming Caribbean born base actress that's there in the big leads or, you know, working with Tyler Perry or Sony or Daniel Lees. I see myself being that person, you know, and it's okay to dream and have that, but I'm also putting in the work to get to there. And I think if it's the Lord's will for me to go down that path, he's going to open those doors that will never be shut doors that should be shut. So I am a big faith believer. I don't think things happen by accident. I do believe everything in my life for the past 19 months is not by accident. It's just a part of my journey. And I'm starting to accept that, because if somebody told me 3-4 years ago I would have been at this point in my life, I said, nah, me? No. You know what I mean? But look at God. And I just feel like if we humble ourselves enough to see where he's leading us, then he always have plan A. We're the one always choosing plan B. So just be humble and let him lead you, and don't give up, because it's not easy. It's my life is not easy. Sometimes I feel like I walk through fire, but I just don't get burned because the angels encamp round about me and God is always with me. But it's tough. It's really hard, you know, but I just got to keep it going.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to say, Charmaine, again, you are a queen, a genuine woman. It was my pleasure meeting you, being in your presence, and just looking at you and just like, you know, I tend to look at women and just try to figure out who they are. Like I said, the whole time you were just cool and mellow the whole time. Never thought that you were better than anybody. None of those things. And I appreciate you from one Black woman to another, for you being who you are and showing us girls that, hey, we can be on these screens, we can do all of these things. We just gotta put in that work, and do what's necessary.
Be dedicated, be present, be available, because nobody's gonna come knocking on our doors. So you just always gotta be ready. Stay ready so you never have to get ready.
Oh, okay. Charmaine, I want to thank you again today for being here. I didn't want to talk to you when this movie was going on. I said I'm going to hold this conversation for after, because I knew I would have things that I wanted to talk to you about. And I'm glad that I did. And thank you for accepting, for being here today.
And thank you for using your platform to showcase us people of color and the Caribbean and the world at large. I believe your show is very impactful because you touch a lot of sensitive things that people don't want to talk about, and that's needed to talk about while still entertaining and educating people. So you're an inspiration to a lot of us, and I thank you. I see you.
I try. Thank you. So before you go, give us some positive words. Take us out with some positive things.
Believe in yourself. Own who you are. You are more than enough. Show up unapologetically and just be you, and you will always win.
Amen. I love that. I love that. You need to do some what is the thing? Some words for some books and some t-shirts and some inspirational stuff. You need to start writing some things down, right? And put them out.
I'm working on that.
I also think that you also need to be more like, give those inspirational speeches and stuff on Instagram. We need those as women. We need those. We need those. So please don't stop. Stay being you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on more screens. And tell everybody, like, we're gonna anticipate. Like, can we give an anticipation date of when we all gonna see this movie? Like, do you know anything?
That question would be a Cleon question. I mean, we are in November, so that's probably at the end of the year 2025. Who knows? The Lord works in mysterious ways. So I don't have a definitive time frame, but I know it's gonna be soon. Put it this way. I believe it'll be 90 days or less.
All right. I like the better.
90 days sound better than 3 months.
3 months. better.
Yeah.
I like that better. Well, again, Cleon said soon. Thank you, Cleon. We're waiting. The whole world is just waiting. The world is waiting.
Yes,
But
we're waiting.
yes, again, Charmaine, great movie, great role. You took
Thank
it, you earned it, you gained it, you just put it out there, and we loved every part of it. And thank you for being the woman that you are. And like I said,
appreciate it.
nothing more than just success. It's your time. It's your time. Grab it,
Thank you.
run with it, and that's it. You and God. You and God.
Yes, thank you. And big up to Get With The Fix radio station with Michelle. I appreciate you. Michelle G, the one and only. Thank you for having me. And it will be a pleasure to always hop on here whenever you need me to just inspire someone or just share with whatever is happening in my life and the world around us. So, we're one.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. Have an amazing rest of the evening.
Thank you. Take care.
All
Bye.
right. Yeah, with the fix Michelle G. That was Miss Charmaine. It's only right that I play one of Lexi's music on this before we go. It's only right. Hi, Lexi. Hi.
Yes. Cyclone. I have to make it, you know why? My guess. One leap of fight. Them tell me, one leap of lies. One leap of them me feed and my hands them turn around and bite. Me cry, one leap of tears. Me conquer, one leap of fears. One leap of time them say me nah make it, but me know my must be there. One door closed, many open. Me never want that thing to give up because me chosen. And when they say no, me just prove them wrong. Not anything get on you to them mind to must be gone. Saga, hey, Mia. Only people. Nothing to lose.
You know what's crazy? I want to say this before I go. I want to say this definitely before I go. Being Caribbean and living in a country that does not belong to us, when you have things such as these happening, I hope that everybody participates, everybody support and all of those things because it's so necessary. I love to see our Black women doing the things that we're doing out here, showcasing our Caribbean talent. Hi, Twitch! Showcasing our Caribbean talent. So shout out again to Charmaine, the entire cast of Unbelievable. Guys, I'm telling you, when this movie drops, wherever it will drop, it is something that you have to pay to see. No free thing because it costs money to make. So when it does drop, wherever Cleon will be dropping it and Spraga will be dropping it, I urge you guys, please, just like how we pay to watch everything else, let's go out and pay to watch Unbelievable. Okay, great cast. And shout out again to Lexi. She dragged me, and I'm glad she dragged me to Florida to the premiere. And Twitch, I saw you were talking so much. I said hello and you just kept talking. But I'll see you again, I'm sure. So I'm playing this rhythm because this is the Banks rhythm. This is Lexi, her Banks rhythm. I'm surrounded by great people. I just want to say that today before I leave up out of here. I am surrounded by great women. And I love the fact that we can push each other and take each other's to levels. So thank you, Lexi, again for dragging me to Florida to see this, to be at this premiere. It was worth every bit of it. And shout out again to Charmaine. Shout out to Spraga Ben. Shout out to Cleon, Twitch, everybody that's in this movie. You guys did an amazing job again. And we're going to see it on screens, people. Have a good night. I won't be here next week. I will be back, but I'll be out the country. But bye.
Legends Productions.
Holy people got you in this one. BSC. Cyclone. I have to make it, you know why? My guess. One leap of fight. Them tell me, one leap of lies. One leap of them me feed and my hands them turn around and bite. Me cry, one leap of tears. Me conquer, one leap of fears. One leap of time them say me nah make it, but me know my must be there. One door closed, many open. Me never want that thing to give up because me chosen.
I'm here to say no one Zaga represent for Michelle G. You see free. Not anything get on you to them mind to must be
Like,
good.
here I go on, Saga. Hey, Mia. Holy people. Nothing to lose. Holy pa youth. See, when me got you, I know me pay. Holy pa Jews. Mia. Holy pa pants. Even in summer, me songs not have holy pa views. And holy pa war with me pipe with it can show. Holy pa
Open
views.
one door closed, many open. Me never one time think to give up because I'm chosen. And when they say no, me just prove them wrong. Not anything get on you to them mind to must be golden.
Money move them, and I move back life, excuse me. Everything is just be a time, can't waste to me time, can't sit down and I do. Have to do the right, now for them I send me, I blow the night, focus and zone out. Work through the night, me no sleep, come my dreams, the age I go up, me no reach, some eat it. Can't be my friend if you limit at the ceiling. Can't be my friend if you have too much feelings. I move forever, so the limit is the sky. Make you move, money move till I die. Hustle hard every day, me I try. Do the right thing. I move forever, so the limit is the sky. Make you move, money move till I die. Hustle hard every day, me I try. Do the right thing. You have to make from the boat, them make collect tax, fast tax, money, hold them there. More money, less talking, less problem. Live my life like a movie, real life gem. Yo, tell me now the scheme, no cheap. Wish but could I really stop me from doing? I got the back feet, so made the stars need all the fight is big. If I no money, move them and I move rock life, excuse me. Career, this a girl alone that got the truth. I move forever, so the limit is the sky. Make you move, money move till I die. Hustle hard every day, me I try. Do the right thing. I move forever, so the limit is the sky. Make you move, money move till I die. Hustle hard every day, me I try. Everything is just for your time, can't waste my time, now sit down and I do. We do the right now for them, I tell me I blow the night, focus and zone out. Work through the night, me no sleep, I'm a dreams, the age I go up, me no...
Saga there.
Yeah, she know want for cuss. The back a long talk and the mistrust. She just wanna kill some time. She just wanna move waistline. She know want a long talk. Something else song she a think for. She just wanna kill some time. She just wanna move waistline. She said she just want action. I wish she want action. I that she want action. Loan satisfaction. Nobody about action. I that she want action. You really want action. Loan satisfaction. Well, alright, you're running at the right man. Not a bag of mouth, said the talk no feel long. You want to see how she whine a galang. Me don't know where you get it from. She just want have fun. Bag of nagging in her ears. Jump, and that make you know I get beard. Bun, one cuss when she want lay down. She said she just want action. I wish she want action. And that she want action. Loan satisfaction. She said she just want action. And that she want